Mr. Wayne Nugent.
You know, thank you everybody. I mean, I feel it, and I'm so used to chanting Marcusetta. It's this is a great mirror, you know. This is a great reflection. When we talk in terms of collaboration, co-creating. Yeah. I love you right back, and these these RMDs and then peso, all the ranks, but man, we've got one heck of a foundation. I'll put our leadership up against any company in the world of any kind. I don't think I was actually scheduled to follow Jay Peso and the talk that he just gave to you all. But that's how, God's been working, I mean, it's just, I think they reslotted me or they reslotted him. But when I talk and you reflect back on what he just said, and Keith Brown, congratulations to you too, sir. I mean, I just love you leaders. I love, man, where y'all are coming from and that internal drive, that internal spirit, and that we have built a platform, a system. We're building an ecosystem that's doing what it was designed to do, really change people's lives so that we can go on and change other people's lives. And there's the real world, but then there's our world. And the water's fine. The Kool-Aid tastes good. Woo! So, okay. I care about each one of you, individually. You're on your path. I was on a path. Peso was on a path. Every leader, we were on a path. Wherever you're at on the path, we love you where you're at. And there's just no judgment. You know what I mean? Wherever you're coming from, there's no judgment. I think when you join WorldVentures, you're saying where you want to go. And you come to an event like this, and you're saying, you know where you want to go. And we're saying, we want to help get you there. So isn't it nice that you said yes to something, that you found something where you're surrounded by people that just get it. And we want to help you get there. And that is godly thinking. That's what this is about. So, I mean, this is kind of how I see people. In the Marine Corps, I mean, right from the get-go, when you go to Marine Corps boot camp, there's no white and black. It's either you're light green or dark green. But you're both green, you know what I mean? And you're both equally worthless, maggots when you first start out. So shave your head, strip you down, give you the same uniform, all that. But they just tear you down and rebuild you. And, as funny as it sounds, or as funny as it looks, in a way, it's good when you can see people this way. You know, we all, on the inside, we're just the same. There's just no place for racism in our company. You know, I mean, and while you're standing, I mean, I want you to just stand there, and I want you to look at your hands like this and stare at your hands. And I just want you to know, and look at your clothes. Not laughing. Don't laugh. You dressed you this morning, I'm sure, so. But when you look at your hands, you look at your clothes, you look at everything, you're more than this. So let's take a minute, and I want you to hug the person to the left of you. And I want you to hug the person to the right of you. And I want you to hug the person in front of you. And I want you to hug the person behind you. In a way, we could just end it right there, you know? I mean, hey. You know. So at different times, you know, I always stop and I watch everybody having fun, like whether it be on a dream trip or an event. Go ahead, sit down. And you know, talk about being present and talk about being in the moment and things, right? Like right there, I'm watching y'all all hug each other, and I'm like, woohoo. You know, I'll talk about one of my favorite moments right there. So wherever you're at, oh man, that was so nice seeing Jay Peso's mom and dad here. I mean, you can't give what you don't have. And so as parents, you know, we want to do the best job we can wherever we're at in life at the time. Not only as parents, but as spouses and mates. You understand? We're always just, I hope, trying to do the best job we can right now, wherever we're at right now. But I hope that we're all wanting to grow and be better. And so it's really a matter of, you know, what are you feeding yourself? How do you feed yourself? I mean, if it was just kind of like your brain and your spinal cord, you know, floating around, you know, and your eyes right here, and your ears, and your mouth, you know, it's how do you take stuff in? You know, what do you take it in? It's like, what TV shows are you watching? What lyrics and music are you listening to? What books are you reading? What food are you putting in your body? How are you taking in? But whatever you take in, whether it be through your eyes, your ears, your mouth, it's going to show up. And sometimes, now when you first start out, you're born into a certain environment. And there's nothing you can do about that. You're just born into an environment. But there comes a certain time where you just start to, you know, own your life. I mean, if you happen to have been born to great parents, you know, wow. congratulations. I mean, if you love your mom and dad, But if you haven't, if you don't feel like you were maybe born to a mom and dad, or you were raised by only a mom or only a dad, or something like that, I don't know, at what point do you just decide to be your own person and start feeding yourself whatever it is you need? And, Jay lost his friend on the way to building the IMD, and God, that was beautiful. I met a woman backstage today, and her name's Mary. And she lost her son at 2 a.m. this morning in a car accident. And it was important to her. She wanted to stay here with us. Her son's name's Damien. And if we can just have a moment of silence and prayer for her and him. Mary. Mary, peace be with you. Peace be with you. Okay. So before you met Marcusetta and our trainers and everything, is probably what your brain looked like. All these leaders, they get up here and they talk about how, I signed up, but I didn't want to go to that training. I didn't need that training. I was going to do it. But they weren't doing it. You heard so many of them say they sign up, they didn't want to go to the training, they weren't going to the training, and it wasn't happening, right? That's because that's what their brain looked like on the inside. But once they start coming to the training, so they start learning from all the people that are doing it and have done it, and Mark and the way he just does such a great job of just making it stick, and edutainment and all the stories. I mean, God, I was going to say, if y'all don't do this, I'm going to kill you. So intimidating. So red. So what I really hope we do is you come here, and this is where WorldVentures get it into you, but then here's where we really start to organize, your thoughts and how to go about this, systematically, because, I mean, you can. You just have to believe that you can, because you can get your mind right and get your heart right. And I hope to talk to you about, your soul, because you're not just this. And I want you to have the nice things. And you're not taking it with you. But what you do take with you is your memories, is your relationships, is the legacy. And when I met Mary, I was just telling her, I could just see it in her. I could just see what a sweet soul of a woman that she is. And I let her know what it is I was thinking and feeling when I lost my little sister, which is I was thankful for the time we had together. And I just loved her for who she is while I had her. And that's what I'm telling Mary. Mary, I could tell she was a loving mom. So I'd like to try and help you organize your mind and what's going on inside, because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And if you want your outer world to change, you got to change your inner world. So what is a very organized and systematic way of going about changing your inner world? And what I like to do is I like to buy the best books written by the best authors on each of these subjects. And then I organize my library and my bookshelves according to these books. And there's times where, I'm spending, on average, at least probably $300 a week, on books. And you got to be able to judge yourself and ask yourself, do a self-assessment. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you spiritually, physically, emotionally, intellectually, and financially? And under intellectually, I would put travel, a lot of times when you first learn about travel, under intellectually, it's like that's one of your hobbies and your interests and things you like to do. And then you like to golf around the world and scuba dive around the world and snow ski around the world and go shopping around the world. And I'll tell you this, fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Whenever I think about travel and WorldVentures and you all, yeah, fun. And having fun with y'all, makes me happy. And so we have fun and we're happy. And that's why I got to come to the events too. You get energized at the events, don't you? I come to the events with you and I get energized. The events for all of us are energizing. When you energize, all the people up here are getting recognized, and the speakers and the trainers. You energize us too. You energize our corporate team. That's why our corporate team has been sitting through the whole event with you. And so as much as I care about all that, I also want you to contemplate always, when you're not here and you're not on a dream trip with us and you're not, in the moment having fun and you're not maybe doing something right now that makes you happy. That is the difference between peace and joy. When you're at home and you're in bed and do you feel peaceful? Do you feel joy? You should have that with you all the time. So seek that. And then we talk a lot about financial. Now, whoever owns that car and whoever owns that house, I don't know if you want to recruit them or not. That's taking on a project. We got to do some serious reconstruction. But I really believe, whoever that is, and that outer world is a reflection. I just believe, man, if I go give them a hug, and I just say, walk with me, come hang out, let me introduce you to my friends, there's not a doubt in my mind. Take anybody from right there to right there. If they're willing, if they got the eyes and the ears to receive it, if you're willing, you grab them and bring them. And maybe not in the real world, because the real world judges you on, are you man or woman, black or white, old or young, do you have a college degree or not? The real world just kind of judges you that way and pays you accordingly. But here it just doesn't matter. Jay was telling his dad, or he said, he don't want to have a job. He don't like jobs. He can't work for somebody else. He can work. He just doesn't want to work in a job, and he doesn't want to work for somebody else. Can anybody relate to that, you know? Yeah. None of my employees clapped, I hope. Teammates. And he told his dad, you know, his dad's just trying to be a good dad. He's saying, I don't want to go to school, but he's not dumb. He's a hard worker, and he's teachable. He needed to find something that he liked, that he could believe in, that he could pour his brain and heart into. And he did. And he hung out with us. And he had good friends in life and mentors in life. And, you know, I always like bragging on, you know, Johnny. Well, started with, you know, me and Matt. You know, I recruited Matt, and he was living at home with his mom, waiting tables. He'd been waiting tables. Yeah. Seriously, I mean, he was 24. He had just been waiting tables, making $400 a week, living at home with his mom, and all of a sudden, you know, and start working with him, and he latched on, and we hung out together, and he got up, you know, worked with me early on, you know, over 10 grand a week in like 6 months, and then just blossomed, you know, into the leader I could see that he was. And then, you know, of course, he recruits and starts working with Johnny Wimbury, and they start traveling around the world, and so much of our international business is because of Matt and Johnny and Rhonda. Can't leave Rhonda out. Heck no. And then you know, Johnny recruits Ed Blunt, and I love talking about how Ed Blunt, he's this kind of a guy. He's that kind of a guy. Right there. You know, still waters run deep. You know what I mean? This guy is powerful. And then, of course, June and Michael Jacks and Jay Peso and the team they've created in New York and now Florida. But it's spreading all over the country and all over the world from there. I mean, man, what a powerful group of guys. And the way they've come up together. It's a beautiful thing to watch. And they're just telling you, if we can do it, you can do it. But man, they woke up. Oh my gosh, they woke up and they had that internal drive. So the reason I show you all this is because where are we? You set goals, right? I mean, when you join this, we tell you to write down your goals, set your goals. But, you know, dreams are goals with deadlines, yeah? We say hit the target. But how can you hit the target if you don't know where the target is or what the target is? And I don't care about, you know, being the biggest. You know, I really just care about us being the best. And, you know, these other companies, they're not our competition. You know, we are our competition. The whole question is are we living up to our potential? And, you know, to be honest with you, I don't think up to this date, up to now going on 10 years, as good as we're doing and as grateful as I am and as much love and respect as I have, and I know that we're not living up to our potential. I know that we're capable of more. What do you think? So, you know, it's nice getting recognized. You know, we're constantly moving up the food chain, and we gotta celebrate that. And here we are. You know, this year got announced at number 25 on the top sales companies in North America, and I believe next year, based on our run rate now, and everything that's going on, that we can jump to number 15 next year. I think it's very realistic. But then the next year, I mean, look at the company we're going to keep. I mean, being number 7 in North America makes us number 10 in the world. Wouldn't you like to be in the top 10 of all direct sales companies in the world? I mean, there's goals, and then there's stretch goals. And at times, we've been able to hit our stretch goals. And I got to admit, to me, that would be a stretch goal. Instead of doing it in 2 years, what if we did it in 1 year? I mean, what if we grew by $1 billion in a year? Holy cow. I promise you, this can happen. Wow. I mean, it freaks them, man. Shake the planet. It could happen. But look at this. Amway's been around for 59 years. Avon, over 100 years. Herbalife is as old as Dan. Mary Kay, you know, great lady, great inspiration. Wanted to empower women around the world. And I totally agree with that. I just want to empower women and men. Both. You know, Tupperware's been around a long time. New Skin's a very respected company that has massive growth, a great CEO and leader there that's doing great things. They got on a good rollout schedule, kind of like Apple, where Apple worked on things, and they didn't, you know, they kept it secret, and then they released, but they had it dialed in, they had it right. What Nu Skin's done is kind of copy that, but then bring in their leadership and say, okay, leaders, here's what we're rolling out in 6 months. You know, let's get behind this thing, let's drive this thing, let's push this thing, and I'm talking, growing, several hundred million, $1 billion. So they're proving what can be done with, you know, skincare. And all of a sudden, you take the name Amway off, and you take the name Avon off, and Herbalife off, and you take our name off, and you just put soap. Or vitamins, or, you know, because they have Nutrilite too, or their energy drink, right? Those are probably the top 3 things. But put those things there. Then you put Avon over here, and you put perfume and makeup and other stuff, right? These are good companies, by the way. I'm not knocking these companies at all. I'm just talking about product now. I'm talking about industry. What product and industry are they in? Okay, then we got Herbalife over here with nutrition, number 1 nutrition. Got Mary Kay with makeup. Got Tupperware with all the kitchen stuff. And then you got Nu Skin over here with skin product, right? And then you've got travel. All right. Actually, no, just. Okay, what if it just said fun? What if it was just, we're gonna multi-level market fun? Like product, not like, instead of saying like a fun product, like it being an adjective, look at fun as a noun. What do you sell? What do you want? Fun. So they have skincare, they have makeup, we have fun. Pick one. Which one do you want? The fun one. I'll take the fun one. Because we're going travel and food and entertainment. This is big. And y'all saw the app. And you go through that app and you start flipping those dream trips. And you're like, ooh, I want to go on that one. Ooh, I want to go on that one. Ooh, I want to go on that one. And then you're going to have the ability to favorite it. You're going to have the ability to share it. You're going to have the ability to invite other people on it. You're going to see who's already going on it. Ooh, if they're going on it, I want to go on it. we'll see how we structure, but what if in the future, maybe you curate the trip? Maybe from your bucket list, you say, okay, I want to go here, and I want to do this thing, and I want to eat at this place, and I'm going to add all that kind of to the shopping cart of your bucket list. Then you say, I want to take this leader with me, and I want to take that leader with me, and you just kind of add them to the shopping cart. Yeah, y'all put together a cool enough trip. We might go, you know what? I think I will go with you on that trip. I got travel dollars. Might as well just go. So we're going to be able to just get real creative and build a platform that doesn't exist anywhere on the planet with any company. You know, if we're going to hit those kind of numbers, if we're going to have that kind of growth, you got to see it as there's everything you're doing and there's everything that we're doing, the corporate, but we're really a team. You know, we're really one. And I'm going to ask you to, you know, love on these people that are working hard, you know, to build your opportunity, you know, and build your life. And I mean, look at them. I talked to you earlier this weekend about servant leadership, you know, as this theme. And we always thought we want to hire people based on character and competence. You do. You want to hire on character and competence, that people have the right character and they have the competence to do the job. But I had to add another one through the years. It's not just character and it's not just competence. It's this passion to serve. They have to have the passion to serve you. Because you don't have a guarantee. You're taking time out of your life and out of your pocket to come play with us and putting your hopes and dreams in. And we're here to like serve you and listen to you. You talk to your upline and they talk to the PAC team and the PAC team talks to us and we go about working to create what it is you all need for the future. And I tell you right now, we're listening, you know, better than ever. We've got the team that's executing better than ever. And if you would, because you're counting on them and I'm counting on them. But would you all stand up real quick? This is our executive team right here. Ty, Klaus, Roberto, Ramon. Right here. Kyle, Micromedios. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, I have enough time with them on deck, in the office, face to face, conversations, in the hallways. Dan, yeah? We got a team? Everybody, another round. Of course, there's a lot more than this. There are a lot, there's so many people to the team that they rely on. And anytime you call the office or you can, I don't mind, send gifts to the office, whatever it takes. Oh, don't bribe them. But love on them. And again, you know, I've been doing this about 20 years, and I've just never heard of it or seen it before, where you have the kind of relationships in the field amongst the leaders that we have, where you have the kind of relationship between the field and the corporate office that we have. I've never seen it. I've never heard of it before. And so I know that's why we can just be that big. And if we don't, yeah. If we don't, we're going to enjoy the ride. But if we do and we live up to our potential, I mean, it just wakes up the industry. We were at a major event, one of the biggest event of the year, I think, for our industry. And a voice that matters. I mean, a very legitimate, very credible voice that has an overview of the entire industry said, when it comes to vision and when it comes to opportunity for the future, WorldVentures stands alone. Now that's just something that comes out in a moment. But you know what? I listen to it and it says something. It says people from the outside believe in us that much. And that is our potential. And it's up to us to come together as a team and live up to that potential. Keep me in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers. Keep our leadership in your prayers. Keep each other in your prayers. And it starts with me at home. And my number one, and Savannah, forgive me when you're old enough to understand this. You're my number two. God, I love you so much. But honey, you're my number one. I love you, sweetie. And I've seen how you spouses, we make each other better. And for you spouses like that, God bless you. Thank you. But for right now, help me recognize my spouse. She's 29 again. And God, beautiful, 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 inside and out. And she looks 28, 27, 25, 25. And it starts with me at home. It starts with me and her. So let us feel it and energize us right now, please. Join in with my family, my extended family. Honey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody.